Zomblink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another taste test. No, I got you. A Battle of Titan, and today it's actually special. When I do Battle of Titans, when I do taste tests, I do part two, part three. When I do Command of Titan, I don't often do a part two. But this is actually the first time where we're doing a versus, and the first time if you take out Monster. With Monster, we did a lot of versus. But if you talk about food, the versus of Doritos. We're at part two. We got the original in the left corner. We got the in the right corner. We have the jalapeno. Now, Doritos, as I mentioned before, I'm not a fan of because I didn't grow up with. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Doritos. It's a question of habits, right? Now, what is kind of cool is usually when I do Battle Titans, I like to compare the design. But here, there's nothing to compare. There's nothing because, again, this is promotional. This isn't. If you look at the triangle, it's the same thing, and I love that. I love that. If you look at the core value of it, Naruto's red, green, they went with the exact same, right? Exact same details. And what is amazing here is they're only changing the tortilla, and the only thing that's changing between those bags is their tortilla chips, right? It's still the same brand, right? With a different color, so it's easy for you guys to notice that, hey, there's these Doritos for this color, and I like this color when I come to eat my Doritos. So again, super simple visual clue that makes you go to the store and know exactly where to go, how to go, and what you're grabbing. Right, as we're doing this taste test, again, I'm trying to let the product talk because, as I mentioned before, I do make myself shine a lot with another product. So, we're gonna go for the original first. I do believe this is the less tasty one. The smell is phenomenal, as always. I want to do like a taste test because when I did try the Doritos today. You know what's extremely weird? They smell the exact same, which makes me believe that the flavor here isn't as strong as it should be. So we're gonna be starting with the original, the added jalapeno. Otherwise, do you smell jalapeno? I don't know if you smell jalapeno. If you don't smell, then my previous comment is totally useless. But if you do smell, eh. Okay. I mean, why I love this so much is exactly what you get. What if you add any cheese? What you want, that's what you get. I think more than less. There's a beauty as you age. Especially when you age. There's a beauty in buying something and knowing exactly, oh, this is what I wanted. This is what I needed. Now, we do have the jalapeno, right? It's so hard to say because jalapeno really tastes like a jalapeno and not so much like, they really taste like jalapeno but not so much as in cheese. But to be quite honest, I usually go for the original. When it comes to spicy food, I usually go for the original because I'm like, dude, people are like me, or hopefully like me, and if they don't like spicy, right, they're not gonna choose the spicy option. However, in these, the jalapeno is so soft, so maybe I'm getting used to it, but it's not spicy. And this one, yeah, that's actually what you want. Get the jalapeno taste. A lot of food, spicy food, I'm extremely against. Because some of them is just, you taste pain, you taste the spiciness. You don't enjoy the food. You're just living through pain, and I think that sucks. Because at the end of the day, you're actually having something that you should enjoy. Yes, I really enjoy spiciness, but I enjoy tasting the spiciness. However, in this one, you're tasting the jalapeno and not the spiciness, which is really freaking cool. I'm gonna have to go with the jalapeno because I think their flavor profile is a bit more distinct. It's a bit more pleasant. However, I'm gonna give a shout out to the original Doritos because in the original Doritos, you know exactly what you're getting. I want some Doritos chips, tortilla with cheese. That's what I'm getting. So again, two very very simple, very simple chips. It's funny because again, I know I'm repeating myself. And I'm sorry, but the reality is, by making those videos, I'm a guy that thinks a lot. I'm a guy that's extremely thinking analytic, right? But I don't say my opinion out loud. So they're staying there and I forget them. But saying this and watching myself, maybe I'm more of a visual person, but I do remember saying the same shit. And it's funny because Thursday we did a taste test with a chip that was called Lay's Slightly Less Salted. And the slightly less salted, what was nice with it, it was just like you enjoying eating chip. Well, Doritos, they have this extremely nice thing where you enjoy eating Doritos. Doesn't matter the flavor, Doritos is Doritos. You see, you still have the same corn tortilla. You don't have riffle. It's still the same thing. It's still the same cheese. You're just adding flavor. Every single Doritos, or most of them at least, at the very least, except perhaps guacamole, Cool Ranch, but most of them have this slightly cheesy taste. Even if you look at the sweet chili, it tastes a bit like cheese, right? And that's what we love. Now, the original shine because again it's simple and you're eating chip and there's a joy in eating chip. I truly believe that. So I'm gonna go with the jalapeno because it's just more interesting. But don't be afraid to take the original. Everybody likes the original, right? There's also the fact that I did mention that jalapeno wasn't spicy, but some people are going to be seeing the jalapeno and they're going to be scared. Yesterday we had a meal and there was this, we had a meal with the family, work family of course. Still my family, but work family. Important to know, it's like your in-laws versus your parents. Your in-laws, if you're very young, you still see them as paternal, maternal figure. You still see them as parental figure, but they're not your parents. You do feel like parents, but they're not your parents. So I was with the work fam, which is my fam, but a work fam. And there was this sauce, but it was red, and you could see pepper sticking out of the top. And I was afraid it was spicy, and I didn't want to taste it. But when I tasted it, it was sweet, and it was really delicious. A really nice salsa that my boy Romike did. Shout out to Romike. You're probably not going to be seeing this, bro, because you're 67 years old, and you probably don't give a shit about the Doritos. But if you do, shout out to you. And the reality is, I'm one of those guys. I'm gonna see something that's spicy. I'm not gonna taste it because I'm afraid of the spice. If you stop yourself at eating spicy food like jalapenos, and they're actually quite good, you're missing out. So in the same video, I say you shouldn't eat spicy food just because you're spicy, and you shouldn't stop yourself from eating food because it's spicy. So contradicting myself, but in a good way. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.